You know, it's my first experience here at ITB, and I'm very, very happy that we took the time to come. It gave me a better understanding of the various opportunities as well as challenges that exist within the European market. I don't know if there's another forum that you can get all the players from airline to hospitality to the tour operators, et cetera, under one roof. And I think ITB has given us a great opportunity to do that. In addition, being in the Caribbean Pavilion with our colleagues, we get to see the ebbs and the flows of the competition. We get to see how Latin America is performing, the activity and the interest in the various islands. So you get to do your own quote-unquote market intelligence, and I think that's a good thing that destinations should consider doing from time to time.
So for you, it's doing business but also learning.
Yes, it's definitely doing business but also learning. It is an expensive proposition, so you always have to reevaluate how much of an investment you're going to put in it. But like any investment, what you put in is what you get out of it. So we traditionally have always been represented with higher level delegations, which at least will have our vice president at a minimum. So we try to always ensure that we can have decision makers on the spot to take advantage of any opportunity that may present themselves.
Of course, I notice you've been quite busy yourself, a number of meetings you've been holding. Outcome, please.
I think it's been good. We've had a number of meetings with the tour operators. Barbados is one of the exciting icons within the Eastern Caribbean markets for Germans, and we have been doing extremely well with our program, working specifically with Condor and some other large tour operators here. And Condor has right now 2 flights into Barbados during the winter on Thursdays and on Mondays, and they have 1 flight during the summer. I have some really good news that we are able to negotiate and come to a good conclusion that Barbados will have a 3rd flight during the winter beginning this November 2014, lasting through April 2015. And that will be tremendous for our arrival numbers. It will be tremendous for our strategy. And we're very excited at continuing our cooperation and relationship with Condor for trusting Barbados. And we have a great partner with them, and they have a great partner in us. So that's some very good news for the people of Barbados and the people of Germany.
Give us a little bit more information on that 3rd flight, if you may.
Okay, that 3rd flight will be partners with our brothers and sisters in the Spice Island, Grenada. So that will create a triangle whereby you have a flight. Barbados has a flight with St. Lucia. It has a flight with Tobago, and now we're adding Grenada. Condor spoke to us about the opportunity with Grenada, and they knew that we wanted the 3rd flight, and we proved that we can fill a flight. Grenada is obviously in its infancy, and they'll do quite well, I'm sure. And we'll be there to hold their hands and make sure that flight is successful for both of us. And I believe that very quickly we'll be in a position where you can see 4 flights coming out in the winter and 2 flights in the summer, because the amount of investment that we'll have to put out will warrant that level of aggression in the marketplace. In addition, you know, Condor is owned by Thomas Cook and part of the Thomas Cook family, and we were very pleased to launch our Thomas Cook service from Manchester in November 2013, and that's been performing incredibly. It's a year-round service, Manchester to Barbados, with stops in St. Lucia and Antigua along the way. And we had a very good discussion about creating some flexibility in that particular service that will also benefit Germans who would like the flexibility of coming back on maybe days where we don't have the direct service on the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And we also looked at it from the potential of an additional market outside of Frankfurt where we currently fly. So we're looking at this whole, I like to call it a 360-degree approach to Germany, where we have strategically entered into arrangements in Frankfurt. We're looking at Dusseldorf, and we're looking at how we can further strengthen that in other cities. We also have an arrangement out of Germany with TUI in Hamburg, in the northern part of Germany. So I think I like to say that Barbados is on a heavy roller coaster is the word I'm looking for. A roller coaster that is exciting, it's challenging, but tremendous opportunities and great joy when you get to the end of it.
roller coasters have their thrills, of course. They've got their ups, but goodness knows they've got their share of downs.
And that's tourism. Tourism is, we'll never get a consistent upward trajectory on tourism. That's just not the way it works. It's based on the psyche and consciousness of people, what new experiences they're seeking. So you always have to look to engage new customers. You always have to look at engaging and rewarding your existing customers, letting them come again. If not, you're going to have those peaks and troughs, and that's the reality. I think the whole advent of social media and digital marketing allows us to be more flexible than maybe in the days past where you relied only on a brochure, and when the brochure went to print, it ended there. Now you have the flexibility to change messaging midstream when you see soft peaks in your airline capacity, to be able to put a program and promotion out there that can stimulate demand for that capacity. And you have a better shot now at stabilizing that curve. But all in all, you're always going to get your ups and downs. And I have no apologies for saying it's a roller coaster, because when it's up, you feel this sense of calm. But when it's coming down, there's this excitement, this rush that goes through you, which should galvanize the team into action, into making new things happen for the marketplace.
And in the past year or so, it's had its downs. Where are you right now?
Okay, I'm the eternal optimist. I'm also in a group called the Optimists. I'm an optimist by nature and by membership, as I like to say. I think the world went through a correction. That's my personal assessment of it. We took the opportunity to relook at how we were doing things in Barbados and try to position our messaging so that it's more sustainable on the outturn. So I think 2013 was the beginning of the new era of tourism for Barbados. We are still down on our numbers, but we ended on a growth trajectory. So in other words, where our projections were that we ended much better than that. We had a very strong January. The UK is back performing on all cylinders. We have 17 flights now out of the UK. And we ended February again on up there, and we were marginally down overall. We expect to be very strong this winter. We do have challenges out in the United States with our New York service, with the unfortunate cancellation of the service by American Airlines due to their Chapter 11 situation that they went through and their subsequent merger with US Air. But my CEO is headed to the United States on Monday. He's been out for the last 3 weeks. We are on an aggressive push to solve this challenge. We have already solved 50% of the problem. We have we had 50,000 seats down. We're now down to about 20,000 that we're out. And we have a plan that when we have meetings in the United States on Monday and Tuesday, we're hoping that by the end of next week, we'd at least have a solid direction of where we'll be going. I have no doubt, Johnson, at all, putting my money right on it, that by winter 14-15 and beyond, that Barbados will be back in a growth position once again. We have a tremendous team of workers who are working extremely hard. The board has been focused a lot on our policy direction. We've been looking at our niche marketing. We are not going to pattern Barbados under a winter and a summer season. We're looking at a 12-month program. And our investment in key events, our relationship with Rihanna, our investment with the Top Gear team. We have our festival starting there May 17th. The forward bookings for that look tremendous. We're expecting close to 5,000 person on island with Top Gear. We were able to sign Lewis Hamilton 2 weeks ago, and that's been a tremendous boost to the program. And we have the Global Rallycross team out of the United States. And these innovative measures that we've been taking in pushing event tourism, pushing culinary tourism with our food and wine and rum festival, celebrating 5 years in 2014 with a stellar roster and stellar cast of world-class chefs, have been able to allow us to attack our soft periods in a more strategic way. And with a late Easter this year going into April, May, I'm pretty comfortable that we're going to be able to push very solidly through June with some very strong numbers, stronger than we've had in a long time. Our team is on it, and we are very excited about the possibilities.